The sunlight spilled across the quiet neighborhood, casting long golden beams over cracked pavements and peeling fences, but nothing shone brighter than the dust-covered Chevelle parked outside an old, fading house. And nothing felt heavier than the life of Liam Carter, the underpaid mechanic who woke up every day hoping his luck would change. Little did he know, the simple knock on his door that morning would pull him into a story that would transform his life forever. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and unexpected blessings, then please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Soulful Heart Story. Your support helps us bring more heart-touching stories like this to life. Liam had spent years at a small, run-down garage on the edge of town, working from sunrise to sunset just to keep the electricity on. His clothes were permanently stained with grease, his hands rough and scarred, and his dreams buried beneath overdue bills. But despite everything, he never complained. He was the kind of man who believed good things eventually returned to good people, even if life seemed determined to test that belief. That morning, when his elderly neighbor, Ms. Evelyn Harper, gently called his name from the sidewalk, Liam wiped his hands on his worn-out jeans and walked over. Evelyn was quiet, polite, and always alone. She pointed toward her dusty 1970 Chevelle, untouched for years, and asked if he could bring it back to life. Liam agreed instantly, even though he knew he wouldn't be paid much. Helping her felt right, and that was enough for him. As Liam opened the hood, he realized the Chevelle was more than an old car. It was a forgotten story. The engine was covered in rust, the wiring frayed, and the battery long dead. Still, he worked day after day, sometimes skipping his own meals just to afford the parts the car needed. Evelyn would sit on her porch, watching him quietly, sometimes offering lemonade, sometimes offering nothing but a warm, grateful smile that made the loneliness around her house feel even heavier. The days passed, and as he restored the car, he noticed little details. An old photograph tucked behind the seat, a faded ribbon on the dashboard, a brass keychain shaped like a heart. It was clear the Chevelle had meant something to someone, maybe to a life she no longer spoke about. Liam never asked questions. He simply worked, pouring every bit of skill and soul he had into making the car breathe again. One bright afternoon, after weeks of effort, the engine finally roared alive under his hands. The sound echoed through the quiet street like a heartbeat returning after years of silence. Evelyn's eyes filled with tears as she stepped closer, touching the shining hood with trembling hands. She whispered that the car had belonged to her late husband, her only companion after their son passed away years before. It had been too painful to fix, until someone with a kind heart came along. Liam smiled, grateful just to have helped, but what happened next stunned him. Evelyn handed him an envelope, insisting he open it immediately. Inside was a check, an amount so large Liam's knees nearly buckled. He stared at it, unable to speak. Evelyn gently revealed the truth she had never shared with anyone. She was a long, retired business owner, once wealthy but emotionally shattered, choosing a quiet, simple life away from the world. She had watched Liam struggle for months and wanted to help the one person who had shown her kindness without expecting anything in return. Tears blurred Liam's vision as he realized that his honesty, his goodness, his willingness to help had led him to a blessing he never saw coming. Sometimes life waits for the purest moments to reveal its biggest surprises. If this story touched your heart, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It truly helps keep stories like this alive. Special request: comment kindness lives. If you believe good hearts still exist in this world.